All right, what's up, everybody? It's BallietBran. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We've got, let's see, a couple of days before this big March 15th, stake that everyone's chiming about, and it's really cool to be in this position that I'm in right now, where I'm a Hexican, been a Hexican since day one, but am staked and just sitting back right now on the rooftop and relaxing. Right. The cool thing about Hex is it's a proof of weight and proof of holding. Right. So we've got the average staking length of 5 years, and we've got things that are similar to a certificate of deposit, but in the traditional market, there is no asset, right, that is like Hex. And that's why I said traditional market. And things like Richard Hart had an interview with Jane King recently, and that was a really cool transition into something that's the regular market, right, the traditional finance and stock market and things like this. And so we're gonna see Hex, no matter what the economy does, in my opinion, we're gonna see Hex just continue to kick ass and take names. And you look at what Bitcoin's done. It's done 6 million X now, over 6 million X in about 11 and a half, 12 years. And that's just the start, right? Things like Hex, we've done 352X in about a year and a half, a little bit less than a year and a half. And same thing, we're just getting started. The cool thing, when I mention the average staking length is a little bit over 5 years now, that's people being able to walk the walk. How many times in crypto do you see people talking the talk, and in reality, they're just selling you their trading links, and they're just shilling products that are going to get you wrecked. When we can be leaders, and we can lead by example. The cool thing about Hex is it's so similar to the traditional bond or savings bond, things like that, certificate of deposit, where it does reward you for your patience, and you get delayed gratification. And the longer that you're willing to hold on to your stake and that you're willing to stake, the more shares you're gonna be able to keep throughout your stake. And when we look at the Nobel Prizes of economy and economics and finances and things like this, Richard's talked about it a lot, where there's not really much impressive financial products that have been invented recently that have had such a world-changing impact that Hex has had. And we're a little bit under a year and a half into Hex, day 400 something, and we're really doing something special and doing something great. So I'm a proud member of the Hexican Space Force. I've got my hat over there with my mask, so I'm kind of just letting it stay there. But proud member of the Hexican Space Force. Today when I was at work, I had this, and then I had some work clothes as well. So I'm not just advertising Hex the whole time, but I had three different. I said two. It was two different customers ask me. One of them asked me about the Hex Toys hat, and then the other one kind of asked me about like the actual sweater itself that Crypty makes, cryptyshop.com. But it's really starting to catch people's attention. People are actually starting to be more receptive. Gotta grab the hat there. People are starting to be more receptive. Actually, I'll put my hat on. People are starting to be more receptive now that they see Bitcoin going to $60,000. And it's so funny that when Bitcoin had its elevator fall from 6,000 to like 3,300, something like that, no one wanted to buy it, right? The world was ending then for people, and they thought Bitcoin was going to zero. People like Peter Schiff were just, grovel. I don't know if groveling is the right word, but people like Peter Schiff are just, have their sinister grins on, and oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to zero, when in reality, it hit its floor around 3,000, 3,300, and then it started making its trek, right? And we haven't seen any 40% dips like we saw in 2017. But I know I'm kind of going a lot of places in this video, but I just want to say that as someone that's been in Hex since day one, and as someone that's been following Richard since 2017, I really couldn't be more proud to represent such a product. I mean, where else can you get yield like this? Where else can you have a community like this? And when I say get yield, Richard mentions a lot of gains on paper are not actual physical gains, because say if I go to cash in $1 million, right? Well, if I'm selling it in crypto, you're going to have slippage. You're going to have things like this that make that million. Maybe it makes it 750,000 or 800,000 after taxes, or whatever the actual number is. Things like Hex in the actual community and the time locks that we have are so impressive, with a little bit over a year of 100% uptime. I mean, people like Richard, they've been in since Bitcoin was $30 and wrote it down to a penny. And Richard saw the Bitcoin community develop the logo, and it's awesome to see that a decade later, a little bit over a decade later, we're in the same position, except it's with Hex. And the cool thing is we have so many advantages, right? We've got Bitcoin's prior history that's done so successfully enough, right, for 11 and a half years. But then you also have not inflation bugs, but yeah, critical vulnerabilities. One of them that was implemented, and the other one that wasn't, that really could have made Bitcoin a lot more. It really could have done some serious damage, right, to Bitcoin. And it's cool to see that Bitcoin, after 11 and a half, 12 years, is still doing its thing. But as all these other different implementations of projects and products have come out, Ethereum was great, but then Hex is like the little brother, right? Bitcoin's like the grandpa Bitcoin. Ethereum is like the dad, I guess, and Hex is like the son, like the prodigy. And it's just really awesome to be a part of. So kind of mumbling, but I'm also enjoying this beautiful view. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's an amazing day, and just had to say I'm proud to be a Hexican, right? Instead of proud to be American, we got to make proud to be a Hexican. So thank you, everyone. I hope everyone, like I said, is doing good, and yeah, we'll just keep on earning that interest daily.